Now in the Payloads tab, what you can do here is you can configure the payloads. In other words, the data that you want to pass to the server to see if anything breaks, this is where you set it up. Now, as you already saw like a couple seconds ago, anytime you have more than one payload list, then you can either adjust the first one. So say that we're using one list for the username and another one for the password. The first one is for the username and the second one is for the passwords. Simple as that. Now the payload type, what this is basically you're not only limited to letters and numbers. You can also have things like files, dates, Unicode. So a simple list is usually just letters and numbers and anything that you can type on your keyboard, but you can also have other things as well. Maybe you're doing like file name spoofing or something like that. Now down here at payload processing, what this is are different rules that you can add to each of your payloads. So say for example that before each payload you wanted to add a prefix. In other words, add a little bit of text before it. So maybe you know that every username is prefixed by the word user and then maybe O1, O2, I don't know, that's what you have to test. So you can prefix every payload with something like user, or what's another one? I don't know, maybe you wanted to encode it. In other words, your payloads, you wanted to use a different scheme than the standard default text, so you can encode it into a different scheme. But I'm just going to leave that default for right now. Now that you guys know what it is, basically a rule that you can add to your payload items. Now this last one right here, payload encoding, this is what characters should be encoded, and this is for safe transmission, as you can see, over HTTP request. Most of the time, if you keep the defaults, it's fine. You usually don't want to mess with it too much because you don't want your server responding in, well, you want to cause errors, but these are the wrong kind of errors. It's going to interfere with your communication to figure out which bugs actually work.